That's what I wanted. Hi, Gabby. Thanks so much for jumping on the call today. My name is Kate Page. I am the Assistant Director in the Office of Community Standards, and then I'll also be serving as your hearing officer. So how are you doing today?
I'm okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty ready to go. I'm a little nervous, but I think I know what's going on. So
Okay, sounds good. Well, I will talk you through our entire process. I'm going to try to help you not be so nervous. And just so you know, this meeting is meant to be a conversation more than anything else. We're just trying to get through some of the details of this incident that we have, and you've received that incident report, correct?
yeah, I saw it like a day or two ago, and I read through it already.
Okay, great. Well, then we will jump into the conversation. Real quick before we do that, just want to talk you through our process a little bit. We do record all of our hearings. And because we record it, we've got a little bit of a script to go through at the beginning, and then we can get into the actual conversation of what happened. And from there, we'll just kind of talk through everything and then figure out the best outcome. Make sense?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, any questions before we get started?
No.
Okay, great. Then I'll turn on the record button. Recording now. Today is July 12th. It's 1:46 p.m. My name is Kate Page, and I'm the hearing officer for this case. Could you please state your first and last name?
My name is Gabby Spencer.
Thank you, Gabby. So a couple of things as we get through this conversation. Our hearing today is being recorded, so I wanted to let you know that. Because we are recording this hearing, if you are found responsible for the alleged violation, you have an opportunity to request this recording from us at any point in time. We do hold on to recordings of responsible findings for up to 7 years because of university policies on records retention. So you can request that if you so choose. Just need confirmation that you understand that because we're recording today, we can't have any other recordings of this hearing permitted. So let me know, do you understand that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, great. Couple other things. We are not a court of law, so we're not going to say things like guilty or innocent. Instead, we're trying to figure out if you're responsible or not responsible for a violation. And so we'll get through all of that in a little bit. So first point of order, it looks like there is an alleged alcohol policy violation. And so alcohol policy was listed in the letter you received from our office. Just curious, how do you feel? Do you think that you are responsible or not responsible for a violation of that policy?
I I think I'm not responsible because I'm not the person who bought the alcohol. It
Okay,
just so happened that we were in my room.
great. So tell me a little bit more about what happened on it looks like July 1st was this incident. What happened that night?
Um, so I've been in summer housing, and I had a friend come visit me because I haven't been home, and they came over from, my hometown. They're staying with me, and without asking me, they decided to bring a couple of bottles of different things into my room, which I didn't know beforehand. I would not have said yes if they had asked me. But then one night we were trying to have, just hang out. It was there, even though I didn't ask it to be there. So we were drinking in the room, and I guess we were being too loud because I heard a knock on my door, and it was the RA, and they had said that they had heard some stuff going on. So they asked if they can come in, and they did, and they saw everything.
And by everything, you mean the alcohol that was in there?
Yeah, so there was a bottle of a couple of glass bottles of beer and one of, I don't know, I think vodka.
Okay, and that's everything that was in the picture, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So trying to get an understanding of what happened, you said that your friends brought that into your room. Is that right?
Yeah, and they didn't ask me about it before. They just did.
Okay. Did you did you know that your friends were bringing that into the room when they walked in with it?
No, I didn't.
how long was the alcohol in your room before the RA came and knocked on the door?
So that happened on the first, and my friends came, I think the like 2 days before. So it was in my room for 2 days without me knowing about it. And then on that night, they brought it out and told me. And then that's when the RA knocked on my door that night.
Okay. So a couple of things want to talk to you about. How well do you know your friends that brought this alcohol in?
One of them is my really, really good friend from childhood, and one of them I think is their friend, but they just kind of came. They weren't really invited. So one I know really well and one not so much.
Okay. Are these people you trust pretty well?
Yeah, I'd say one of them I trust really well. Um, I'm actually kind of mad at them right now. So because of everything that happened.
That sucks. I'm sorry. Hopefully you can repair that relationship, and we can definitely talk about some ways of doing that also. But big thing would be you want to make sure that you know what's going on in your room because that's your space. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So if someone's going to bring stuff into your room, then that could look like that's your responsibility. So if they're bringing in illegal substances, such as in this case alcohol, since you're 19, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm turning 20, but yeah, right now I'm 19.
Okay. When's your birthday?
August 3rd, I'm a Leo.
Oh, cool. That's exciting. Leos are fun people. So yeah, it sounds like you've got some good relationships with some friends. It might just be a good idea to have conversations with your friends and remind them that you're responsible for this living space and what's going on in it. So do you feel comfortable having that conversation with your friends?
Yeah, I definitely want to because I don't want that to happen again, but I still want them to come visit me because I miss them a lot, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. How far are you from home?
Right now, just like 2 hours.
Okay, that's still pretty far. That can be hard. So you want to keep your social network. You just also want to make sure that you can trust the friends that you're bringing into your space.
Yeah.
So all of that makes sense. Um, Other question, what is your relationship like right now with your RA who came and knocked on the door?
Um, I don't know them super well just because they were not like my RA that I had all first year, but they seem pretty cool. We don't talk all that much, but at first I was kind of mad. And then I realized I was mostly mad at my friend and not the RA. I don't see them that much. I feel bad that it was late and they had to come knock on my door, but I think we're fine.
Okay. Have you had any conversations with that RA since then?
I've seen them like brushing our teeth in the bathroom once or twice, but it was pretty awkward, so I haven't talked about it again yet.
Okay, makes sense. Here's what I would say. I would encourage you to reach out to that RA, have a conversation. More likely than not, that RA is just trying to do their job. And truth be told, knocking on someone's door late at night, and it looks like this incident happened pretty late at night. It's just not something that RAs want to do. It's not a goal of theirs, and they certainly don't want to catch people breaking policies and having alcohol underage. And when it happens, it happens. So try to reach out to that RA, try to build that relationship with them again, because this doesn't seem like something that you want to define your college career, right?
No, absolutely not. Yeah, I don't want to have to be here, talk to you ever again.
Not
Not
under
that,
these
but
circumstances.
under these circumstances.
That makes sense. So here's what I'm going to do based on the conversation that we're having. Want to make sure, where's the alcohol in your that was in your room? Where is it now?
The RA had us dump it out, so there's nothing left.
Okay, good.
We threw it
So
all out, yeah.
So it sounds like you've got a pretty solid understanding of our policies now. And want to point out that when something is found in your room, because it's your room, you control that space, that that will always look like it's something is in your possession. So if you're not old enough to have it, you definitely shouldn't have it. If it's illegal, you shouldn't have it. So you're aware of all of our policies moving from here on out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that'll ever happen again, but I understand that it was there and it was my space.
Okay, sounds good. So we can talk through some sanctions and things. It sounds like you've learned a little bit more about our policies and practices. And I'm really hoping that you can continue to build that relationship back up with your friend as long as there's trust and mutual understanding there about what is coming into your room.
Yeah, they're probably not gonna come over for quite a while, right now, but I'm gonna see them probably over family weekend, or fall break, so we'll get to talk more about it then, which I think it'll be okay.
Okay, makes sense. So what I'm going to do then from here, because our focus is education, we want to make sure that you are aware of how your actions impact the community. And the noise level is somewhat concerning that the RA had to come and knock, and then the alcohol is also another area of concern. What I think though from this conversation, you mentioned that you don't feel that you were responsible for a violation. I could see that maybe because the alcohol was in your room, that could have been a violation. And we use a preponderance standard, which is that I'm more likely than not certain that a violation occurred. In this case, I can't reach that more likely than not certainty. So I'm going to find you not responsible for a violation of our alcohol policy, and you'll get another letter from us in just a little bit with some information about that not responsible finding and that there's no other actions that you need to take moving forward. So any questions for me on anything?
Do you think this will affect me if I wanted to do like a J term abroad, which is I'm really worried about me
Good
not being able to go
question.
do that?
Good question. Where do you want to go?
I might do Spain for a couple of weeks.
Oh, awesome. That would be exciting.
Mhm.
Yeah. I am not sure how your specific program is going to look at this with a not responsible finding that shouldn't impact anything. And keep in mind, if you do have a responsible finding and there's a request for a disciplinary check, that might come up and that could present issues. So from this incident, probably not going to affect anything. From
Okay,
future incidents, just in case something else were to happen, have that conversation with your academic advisor and make sure that you know what your program is looking for and what the requirements are.
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
No, I think that's all my questions have been answered.
All right. Well, Gabby, I'm going to send you some information now as the end of this hearing. And then if there's anything else that you have questions about moving forward, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the rest of your semester and hopefully you can repair that relationship with your RA and with your friends.
Thank you so much for talking to me.
Yeah, thank you, Gabby. Have a great day.
Bye.